this season, coming off of the positive result in the FA Cup against Arsenal, what would represent a successful season for Ruben Amorim in his first season as Manchester United manager?
I think getting more of those displays, like we did against Arsenal. Yes, we were holding on, but we did. We were competent defensively. Yes, there were chances that they should have scored and put away for us to be out the cup, but we weren't because we tried to fight. There was some fight in us, right? And obviously there's the Liverpool result as well. What would be successful for Ruben Amorim is to get the fight, the passion back. Like we see in the fans, want to see it replicated on the pitch as well in terms of everyone's giving their all. Want it to be passionate, want it to be aggressive. We want to have a team that wants to win again, So I think one, that. Two, be competitive in the league. I think the words of Oli echo very well in terms of sometimes these trophies don't quite represent what's actually happening in the club, because we've won Carabao Cup, we've won FA Cup, but when you look back at the league campaign, you're like, but this team is all over the place. And I think if they can play a decent brand of football where they can translate and say, rather, to concisely put my idea together, is that when we can then say, this is Ruben Amorim football. And by the time the season ends, we're like, okay, these are the best players to play Ruben Amorim football, and it's giving us results. That'll be successful, because we're out of the Carabao Cup. I don't know how much weight I'd put in the FA Cup at this point, because we've been there, done that, and it's not necessarily looked good while doing that. So I think success for Man United means us playing the Ruben Amorim style of play and be as good as us, not a sporting and win the league and dominate, but push. Let's finish close to City, because they're not in their best. Let's finish close to City. Let's try capture top four. I think if we're playing good football and we are top four, maybe in Europe, but not the Conference League, not that. Europa and Champions League, if we can get there while having adopted and understood the style of football, that's success.
No, Chuck. Manchester United should absolutely not qualify for the Europa. Confed? No.
No, Europa Conference.
Conference.
Yeah.
The Conference League.
It's a waste of time.
No. The Conference League is one that they can qualify. I'll tell you why. That I would not want United to qualify for the Europa. In terms of this project, right? If you play Europa or Champions League, you have to play your best players midweek. Okay. And what might be a benefit for Manchester United, if that is the case, is you get to have them play together more and build up chemistry. But what you get with the conference, what you see with Chelsea, is that they don't play their best players. And one of the reasons the main reason Arsenal came seemingly out of nowhere to finish in second place, even though they choked away that season, they were on top for long parts of that season 2 seasons ago, is because they didn't have midweek games. All they had to focus on was the Premier League, right? And I think with Ruben Amorim and Manchester United trying to get them back to, first of all, a team that is in the Champions League, and then there's going to be challenging for the title. I think a season where you don't have to commit your main players to midweek games is a benefit. That's the reason as well Chelsea are having a good season in the Premier League, because their main players, they don't play in the Conference League, right? And what you get to do as well is then get to see your depth. So I think where Manchester United find themselves, this season is a wash, right? And I don't even think there's pressure really to win a trophy, even though they've advanced now again in the FA Cup, which they are defending. They do have an FA Cup from last season. They have a Carabao from the season before that, but it's felt hollow because there's still been a underlying feeling that there's no progress happening at this club, right? So there's no pressure on this coach to win a cup, because Manchester United have recently won a cup.
Do you not think so, Jay? With the stuff getting fired and Ratcliffe penny pinching, I'm sure windfall from a cup win.
There's no windfall from the cup win, not over there, Chuck. The windfall is from making it into the Champions League and getting the Champions League TV money. Okay. So, and I think that should be the focus, that we as Manchester United need to come in next season with an aim to qualify for the Champions League. So what then Ruben Amorim wants to do this season, as you are saying, essentially is you treat this season as a trial, right? What you want to see is who's got the heart for this. And Ruben Amorim is on the record speaking about this, like who's in it. Like, let's see who is in it. Let's see who can play in the system. And then come the summer transfer window, you know who you're getting rid of. You know who you are keeping. You know who are your leaders in the dressing room. You know who you are getting. And then there is a base for the project and the players that you are adding, the hope is that they can hit the ground running because they are suited for how the coach wants to play. And those who remain because they've proven that they can play there, and they've also proven their mindset with regards to ultimately where this coach wants to get Manchester United. So I think for me, success is have a run in the FA Cup just to continue to see more of these players. But I think what you're looking for is consistency, more consistency. You can't have performances against the big teams, and then when you're playing against quote unquote the smaller teams, you're capitulating. You can't have that. You want to see Manchester United be competitive in every single game that they find themselves in, and you want to get to the end of the season, and then the project kicks off afresh in the new season, with then those those loftier goals in terms of let's get back into the Champions League and get closer to being a team that challenges for the title and gets back into the Champions League picture.